Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Motordrome Speedway. This evening, Miley Motorsports presents Autograph Night on this special event for the Lincoln Welders Modifieds. We also welcome our guests from USG this evening. Joining us here on the front straightaway for opening ceremonies, we will have Cub Scout Pack 1562 from Bell Vernon, Cub Scout Pack 15 from Munhall, Cub Scout Pack 712 from Jefferson Hills, Boy Scout Troop 160 from Everson. Also joining us will be Craig and Sherry Zimmerman from the New Stanton Church for our invocation, and 10-year-old Ashley Seaman to sing our national anthem. At this time, we ask that each and every one of you please rise from your seats, and gentlemen, remove your caps. If you are moving around the Speedway grounds, we ask that you pause with us momentarily for our opening ceremonies. At this time, we turn the microphone over to Craig and Sherry Zimmerman.
Let us pray. Heavenly Father, thank you for this day, for our families, and for our friends. We pray that you bless the drivers, the crew, and keep them safe. May each person here tonight return safely home. All this we ask in Jesus' name, amen.
And now to sing our national anthem, 10-year-old Ashley Seaman.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave on the lands of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you to the Zimmermans and Ashley Seaman and all of our Cub Scout and Boy Scout troops for presenting our colors during opening ceremonies. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we ask, are you ready to go NASCAR racing? The colors have a heat race checkered flag already this season, and up front, Aaron Minjock with a heat and feature win. Here's the green flag, 6 laps for the Yellow Book Chargers. Roger Bryan in the 12 making light contact with the 48 of McConnell. Bryan, a graduate of the American Flyers division. Tracy Keller taking the 4th position away from Bryan in car number 1. Closing in on the 68 of Neidhart, the sophomore driver, car 68. The championship point standings right now in the Yellow Book Charger division. Top 3 drivers separated by only about 5 points. And West Newton's Jimmy Stokes in car 95 is 5th on the racetrack, 3rd in the point standings. Just in front of him, door to door, is the 68 of Ed Neidhart, trying to hold off the advances of Tracy Keller in the 1. Aaron Minjock out to a big lead now over the rookie McConnell in car 48. McConnell, all the way from Evans City, Pennsylvania, is a teammate to the driver holding on to 3rd spot, Ed Neidhart in 68, still door-to-door with Tracy Keller. And here comes Jimmy Stokes making contact on the inside. We were 3 wide in turn 4. Jimmy Stokes in that championship battle told us a couple weeks ago that he might be racing a little more conservatively. And you won't see evidence of that as he makes light contact with the Neidhart 68 car. Stokes started deep in the field. He's up to 4th and challenging 3rd place Tracy Keller and taking that spot away. Still holding on to 2nd, a great run for the rookie Ed McConnell in car 48. And way out in front all by himself, the Buick Regal of Aaron Minjock, car 34 from Greenock, Pennsylvania. White flag signals final lap around the speedway. Nearly a straightaway lead for Minjock. Battle for second. Neidhart in the Neidhart's teammate Ed McConnell in the 48, and Jimmy Stokes, the leading winner in the division, taking the second position away here on the final lap. But in turns 3 and 4, headed for his third heat race win of the season in car 34. Aaron Minjock will win it. Jimmy Stokes from deep in the field coming up to the second position over McConnell, Keller, and Neidhart. Keller, the third of the racing Kellers, tagging the tail of this field. 6 more laps of preliminary action for the Yellow Book Chargers. We're 3 wide on the front straight. Briefly 3 wide at the back of the field. Now 3 wide in the battle for second. Bill Oldham dropping back into 5 car. The 13 of Denny Keller, the meat of a sandwich, side by side with the 50 of Jeff Giles Jr. Points leader Matt Gardner out in front, car 7. Drivers first, second, and third on the speedway, all having feature victories already this season. Gardner and Christoffel in first and second won their career first in the division. The 4 of Lemley got his 15th career win earlier this season. Gardner in car number 7, the championship points leader, a graduate of the American Flyers division. In second spot, Jimmy Christoffel, the sophomore driver who led the point standings for the early part of the season, spin on the back straight. Bob Garchak Jr. of Pittsburgh spins the 44 car. If Garchak can continue on the back straight, the green flag will remain out and we continue racing. Crossed flags indicated to the field that we are halfway through this 6-lap preliminary for the Yellow Book Chargers, and look at the lead battle heat up. Jimmy Christoffel pulling right to the rear bumper of Matt Gardner. Christoffel in the 04 car with a feature victory earlier this season, then a devastating crash. You see the results of the unpainted body panels at the front of that Monte Carlo. Now they have closed in on Bob Garchak, who's about to go a lap down on the final lap. 3 wide into turn 1 to go the leaders on the final circuit. Jimmy Christoffel way up high around the Garchak 44 car. Mike Lemley tries to slide into second spot in the 4 car, can't get the job done. And the points leader for the division, leading from green flag to checkered flag. Another heat race win for Matt Gardner in car 7. Event so far in 2007. The Nicola family on row number 1 lead them to the green flag. Jim on the inside, Rich on the outside. 8 laps for the Lincoln Welders Modifieds. In heat race number 1, 3 wide, the battle for second. Rich Nicola in the middle, Adam Kostelnik on the bottom. Gary Scott wisely backs off the throttle in car 16. 3 wide is no way to go through a heat race lap number 1. And he finds himself 3 wide again now at the back of the field. Lonnie Hoffman in the 58 dives to the inside to avoid contact with Tom Frank. More 3 wide in the middle of the pack. Gary Scott tried to avoid 3 wide racing. He couldn't do it. Mike Musiak in the 2 with a brief spin, but continues on. Green flag stays out. Jim Nicola, the early race leader in car 5. Battle of former champions at the front of the field. Jim Nicola, a 2-time champion, modified division kingpin back in 2001 and 2003, and 3-time and defending champion Adam Kostelnik in the 60, 2004, 2005, 2006, his title crowns. And those 2 former champions are pulling away from Chris Brink, the modified rookie in car 3 in 3rd spot, Gary Scott in 4th, Tom Frank in 5th. Lead battle heats up on lap 4 of 8. Adam Kostelnik tried a high groove pass in turn 2, had to pull back in line behind the 5 of Nicola, gets another run on him in turn 3, but Nicola very strong with that brand new race car out of turn 4. He will lead beginning lap number 5. In the 4th spot now is Gary Scott, who just took position away from young Tom Frank. Scott started up front, then faded to the rear of the field by virtue of smart conservative driving, working his way back up now in what could be a 3-car battle for second. Serious handling problems on the 60 of Kostelnik, and he makes contact with Scott. The points leader and Gary Scott involved as Tom Frank and Matt Penaya collide in the aftermath. What a way to start the biggest modified event of the season. Adam Kostelnik, with a serious suspension problem in car 60, could not get that car to turn through turns 3 and 4. He collided with the 16 of Gary Scott, who was running a very smart race. Scott now sitting disabled on the inside of the front straight. Then, after that collision, Matt Penaya in the 32 and Tom Frank in the 6. Nicola now leading the 3 of Chris Brink, the rookie. Kostelnik sent to the rear for his involvement in that incident along with Tom Frank. And up front, Jim Nicola from Pittsburgh in a brand new race car, the former champion, holding off the rookie, Chris Brink, the Glenn Campbell Gambler in car number 3, a former limited late model driver at the Jennerstown Speedway. In third, its recent first-time heat race winner, Lonnie Hoffman in 58. Hoffman now closing in on the 3 of Brink. That's the Al Civic-owned race car for the hometown hero, Lonnie Hoffman. 3 cars pulling away now from front row starter Rich Nicola in the 34. Bumper tag in the battle for the 2nd position. Hoffman and Brink see the white flag. Only one more lap to challenge Jim Nicola in car 5. The final tour around the Motordrome Speedway. And the veteran from Pittsburgh leading from green to checker. It's been a while since he's found victory lane. Tonight would be an opportune time to do that with the extra money on the line in tonight's 25-lapper. Jim Nicola with a heat race win over Chris Brink, Lonnie Hoffman, Rich Nicola, and Tom Frank as a former Charger Division champion. 8 more laps for the Lincoln Welders Modified. Green flag is out. Contact among the front row starters as Harry Ofer in the 0-1 and Bo Glemba banged wheels at the start-finish line. Green flag stays out. Bo Glemba in the 99 car and the 0-1 of Harry Ofer in a torrid fight for the lead here on lap number 1. Ben Easler into the 3rd spot, fighting off George Nicola's 97. And only by a bumper, Harry Ofer holds the lead, working lap number 2 now. Glemba on the outside, Ben Easler 3rd. Easler had a spin in his practice session earlier tonight. It's been a tough luck season for the driver that got a career first win last year here at Motordrome. And Harry Ofer with a serious push out of turn number 4 surrenders the lead by a car length to Bo Glemba, and contact made by George Nicola. Ben Easler spins into turn number 1. Distance 2 laps completed. Bo Glemba jumps on the loud pedal and takes off in a big lead now from Harry Ofer in the 0-1. Challenge for 3rd, Bobby Shipp in the 04 car, looking to the inside of Rick Huffman in the 9. Those drivers live very near to one another and racing very close out of turn 4. Huffman hangs on to the spot. Working lap number 3 of 8. Best battle on the speedway is for 3rd. Rick Huffman in the 9 and the 04 of Bobby Shipp. Huffman yet to see a checkered flag in his career. Shipp, the former Charger Division champion here, seeing the crossed flags for halfway. Huffman officially hanging on to 3rd by less than a bumper that time. And in turn number 2, Bobby Shipp will complete the pass for 3rd position. Up front, the lead battle intensifies with the 99 of Bo Glemba and the 0-1 of Harry Ofer. Glemba last season in car 99 finished 4th. third in the championship standings with his 3 feature victories. Glemba in car 99 has yet to see a heat race checkered flag, not only waiting on his first feature win of the season. Ofer, meanwhile, with 3 heat race wins this season, and the white flag this time. Final lap for Bo Glemba in 99. Harry Ofer in the 0-1. Making contact in turn 2. Ofer looks to the bottom. Glemba on the high side. Wheel to wheel in turns 3 and 4 on the final lap. Ofer slides through the inside lane and completes the pass for his heat race win number 4 of the season over Bo Glemba. Bobby Ship, George Nicola back to 4th, and Rick Huffman. 11 is points leader Bobby Henry from Connellsville. 95 is Gary Wiltrout, the former champion. 83 is Joe Moose from Derry, Pennsylvania. Green flag is out, 10 laps the distance for the Napa NASCAR Super Late Models as the teammates slugging it out up front. Shawn Phillips this season, a dominant heat race winner in car number 5. Neil Brown, his teammate, in jeopardy of losing the 2nd spot. Tommy Beck on the move in the stands, transmission 60. Beck with 1 feature victory this season. Neil Brown now in 3rd with 2 wins on the season. And in 4th, Bobby Henry, the points leader, another 2-time winner. Just behind Henry, his teammate Wiltrout with 2 feature wins. Fresh paint on the 95 car. 4 of the top 5 drivers have been winners this season in feature competition. Your leader, Shawn Phillips, working lap 3 of 10, still in the quest for his first career feature victory. Battle heating up now as Bobby Henry climbs into the 3rd spot, bringing his teammate Gary Wiltrout into 4th. Neil Brown falling back through this field in car 98, while his teammate holds a 5 car length advantage over Tommy Beck. Crossed flags indicate halfway through this heat race. Shawn Phillips of Connellsville in car 5, leading Tommy Beck in 60. The Paula Grudo Motorsports teammates now in 3rd and 4th, Bobby Henry, and most recent winner, Gary Wiltrout in the 95. Wiltrout from Somerset, Pennsylvania, the hottest driver in Western Pennsylvania, diving to the inside of the points leader, his teammate Bobby Henry. Working lap number 7, the order remains unchanged. Leader Shawn Phillips in the Nagy Sunoco Gas and Oil Products Carry-All Brooks Automotive number 5 car. Moving around the 83 of Joe Moose, and that allows Tommy Beck to gain a couple of car lengths in the 2nd position. Working lap number 8 of 10. Beck in car number 60 with only 1 feature win, and I say only because that has been the fastest car on the racetrack several times this season, only to have mechanical failures like ignition problems. White flag in the air, final time around for heat race number 1 of the Napa NASCAR Super Late Models. Bobby Henry is a 6-time heat race winner this season, and his fellow resident of Connellsville, Pennsylvania, will tie him for most preliminary wins this season as Shawn Phillips takes a 6th checkered flag in heat racing action over Tommy Beck, Bobby Henry, Gary Wiltrout, and his teammate Neil Brown. Gregory Kelly from Connellsville drives car 44. Steve Black from Greensburg in the 1. Clarksburg, West Virginia's John Messenger in 51. Rookie Ricky Megley in the 20, and Paul Urso from Glenshaw back in action in car 37. Dave Merrow taking the lead on lap 1. Dan Lewis in the 8. Both these drivers, former competitors in the truck division here at Motordrome Speedway that launched many late model careers. In fact, all 4 of the front-running drivers used to compete with us in truck racing action. Dave Merrow in the 69 holds on to a slim lead over Dan Lewis, making contact out of 4, nearly 3 wide. Merrow hangs on to the lead in the cars by Dave's 69 Chevrolet. Working lap 2 of 10, all 4 drivers at the front of this field seeking a career first feature win, and none with a heat race victory yet this season. Tight action at the front of the field. Meanwhile, after starting at the rear, Mr. Consistency, John Messenger, has climbed up to 5th, and he's letting a few car lengths of distance between himself in this heated action. Gregory Kelly in 44 goes 3 wide again. Kelly in car 44 is the 2003 Truck Division champion, moving to the inside of Dan Lewis in car number 8. Lewis has won in 2 different divisions here at Motordrome, never in the super late models. He's 3rd and could be falling back to 4th. The shop and save 15 of Todd Price to the inside of Dan Lewis, fighting for 3rd position. Door to door, Lewis and Price, with John Messenger now very close to that battle as Dave Merrow continues to lead, working lap 6 of 10. Lead battle now intensifies, headed down the back straight. Gregory Kelly in car 44, the D&K Equipment Henry Motor Sales Machine, looking to the inside. 2 former Truck Division champions fighting for the lead. And on lap 7, new leader is Gregory Kelly by a fender. Kelly now clears the 69 of Merrow for a 1 full car length lead down the back straight. They play bumper tag and allows the Todd Price 15 car in 3rd to close in on the lead battle. Action all over the speedway, more 3 wide on the front straight. Paul Urso in the 37 started last in this event, challenging for a top 5 spot in the Sullivan Chevrolet. Now the Cochran Construction 51 of Messenger taking 4th away from Dan Lewis. White flag in the air for Gregory Kelly, looking for a career first checkered flag in super late model competition. Final time around. Top 3 drivers on the speedway are former Truck Division racers, and back in 2003, Connellsville's Gregory Kelly earned that championship, now cementing his late model career with a checkered flag in this heat race over Dave Merrow, Todd Price, John Messenger, and Paul Urso. Tony Manganello in the 50, Mike Bacalon in 48, Don Blank in 45, Adam Kostelnik in 05. Green flag is out for 8 laps of the Subway Street Stocks. Veteran John Greenewalt in car 12, dirt tracks the car, gets loose, sliding across the front bumper of Bill Henry. That opens the door for Curtis Stewart in car 41 to challenge for 2nd. Bill Henry in the 64 holds on to the spot now. Joe Nicola from West Mifflin in car 69 right there to challenge Stewart. John Greenewalt in car 12, a former late model competitor here at Motordrome. Bill Henry in car 64 having a career season. He's right there in the championship points chase with Adam Kostelnik, and 2nd on the racetrack right now. He's got 2 heat race wins. Bill Henry from Vandergrift, Pennsylvania in 2nd to John Greenewalt from Elizabeth, PA. Then it's Joe Nicola. He was the winner when we last raced 2 weeks ago. Curtis Stewart in the Minjock 41 car is 4th. Look at Nicola challenge Henry for 2nd position. 3 wide back there on the front straight behind the leaders. Tony Manganello in car number 50 was surrounded momentarily by both the 05 of points leader Adam Kostelnik and the 48 of Mike Bacalon. But at the front of the field now, bumper tag between Joe Nicola and the 64 of Bill Henry. John Greenewalt with a very loose handling number 12 car. He's led the first 4 laps, but now with 4 to go, Bill Henry secures the inside lane. Tony Manganello spins in turn 1 in car 50. 4 laps completed, and if Manganello can move the race car, we will not need a caution flag. He is back under power, and we have a new leader headed to the scoring line to begin working lap number 5. Bill Henry from Vandergrift, Pennsylvania, already a 2-time heat race winner, having a great season out in front of Joe Nicola as the loose handling 12 of John Greenewalt falls back to 3rd. Quickly closing on him, it's the 41 of Curtis Stewart. Points leader Adam Kostelnik in 5th from East McKeesport. Racing very close, the top 3 drivers. Bill Henry seeing the white flag in car 64. Joe Nicola, the Ford Thunderbird, closing right into the back bumper on this, the final lap. John Greenewald fading back from the leaders. Here comes the fight for the win. Headed into turns 3 and 4. Ford versus Chevy. Nicola versus Henry. Light contact is made. The lead changes in turn 4. Checkered flag for Joe Nicola. One is Shawn Phillips from Jefferson, PA. The 18 car is driven by Jeff Zellweger from Allison Park, and here's the green flag for 8 more laps of Subway Street Stock Racing. Dustin Blank in car 94, side by side with the similar looking Monte Carlo of Andrew Kostelnik in the 57. 3 different generations of Monte Carlo bodies out there in the field tonight for the Subway Street Stocks. Andrew Kostelnik with 1 feature win this season will lead lap 1 by a fender over Dustin Blank, the veteran, in car 94. 74 is Jason Holder. He's getting contact from the 31 of Shawn Phillips, nearly 3 wide on the back straight. The 78 of Joe Holt and the 35 of Bill Ashton. Ashton, who nearly got his first feature win of the season just a couple races back, 3 wide on the front straight. Hopwood's Ashton in 35, Uniontown's Hope in 78, and Stoystown's Holder in 74. Right there with the Shawn Phillips 31 car. Phillips, a solid championship contender this season in the division. Look at Ashton on the low side, passing 2 cars in 1 lap to move up to 3rd. Bill Ashton was a force to reckon with a couple weeks ago. He didn't get the feature win, but led most of the laps after a heat race victory. Now climbing into 3rd spot, passing the heavy hitters of Phillips and Holder. Out in front, Andrew Kostelnik, the younger of the Kostelnik brothers. He's got a heat race win and a feature win this season. And a big lead right now as we're halfway through this one. 4 laps down, 4 to go. Andrew Kostelnik way out in front. And look at Ashton gaining ground. The fastest car on the speedway is the Chevelle number 35 of Hopwood, Pennsylvania's Bill Ashton, claiming the 2nd position after a pass of Dustin Blank's 94 car. 3 laps to go. Here's how the Subway Challenge works, race fans. We will draw 1 driver's name at random from the top 10 in the Subway Street Stock point standings, and if that randomly chosen driver wins tonight, each and every one of your adult general admission ticket stubs is worth a free 6-inch meatball sub from participating Subway locations. 6 laps completed of 8. Leader Andrew Kostelnik in front of Bill Ashton, and the battle for 3rd finds the 74 of Jason Holder and the 94 of Dustin Blank. Side by side, Shawn Phillips looking to make it 3 wide as the white flag indicates final lap for the Subway Street Stocks. Three wide on the back straightaway in the battle for 3rd, but out of turn number 4, a 2nd heat race victory of the season for Andrew Kostelnik in car 57. '95 car, driven by Tony Dukic. The 6 car is Paul Rosa. 16 is Ed Deneen. 9 is Cody Kwarek, 51 Kevin Ludwig, 61 Ron Eifert III, 32 is Dan Jordan, the defending champ, 43 is Chris Spadacine, and 44 is Mary Catherine Shimko. Andy Giles dropping back in the 05 from his front row starting spot. 77 of Jay Matthews way out in front after that front row starting position with his championship nemesis, and Giles falling backwards through the field. Keep in mind, points are awarded to the drivers in heat race competition, so Giles not wanting to lose that many spots because each one means points in the battle for the track title. Jay Matthews, the West Side Lube and Tire 77, 5 times a feature winner this season. In second, Ed Deneen, 4 times a feature winner this season. The American Flyers division cars are 4-cylinder front-wheel drive street passenger cars, modified only for driver safety with automatic transmissions. They compete on street tires and provide an affordable way to move from the grandstands to the speedway. We got trouble in turns 3 and 4. Contact between the 32 of Dan Jordan and the 9 of Cody Quarrick. 2 laps to go for this heat race in the American Flyers division. The 2 leading winners up front in this one. Challenge for third into turn 3. Dan Jordan from Connellsville and Tony Dukic in the 95, the rookie. White flag signals final lap. Jordan takes the spot away as defending champion up to third. And on this final lap, keep an eye on the leaders. 5-time feature winner Jay Matthews, the points leader, and 4-time feature winner Ed Deneen closing in quickly in turns 3 and 4. Dodge versus Chevy as they head to the finish line. Jay Matthews will win it. Camry pace car pulls off the speedway. Yellow book charger set to go 15 laps. Lemley and Gardner bring him up to full speed in turn 1. Front row starters each with 1 feature victory. Lemley in the 4, a 15-time winner in his career. And Gardner, the points leader with 1 win, 3 wide, getting ugly behind the leaders. Jeff Giles all over the racetrack, but makes a terrific save. Giles loses the 3rd spot to Aaron Minjock, but did a great job to avoid collecting other cars after he was contacted from the rear in car 50. Giles once won 13 features in a single season, and there's more 3 wide. Chaos back there in the middle of the field as the leaders, a 3-car breakaway running away from the field. Hard contact in turn 4. Jimmy Christoffel in the 0-4 tied up with the 50 of Jeff Giles Jr. A hard impact in turn number 4, one of the most grinding crashes we've seen in this division. Jimmy Christoffel in the 0-4 car, a championship contender this season as a sophomore driver, head on into the turn 4 wall. Also collected the 50 of Jeff Giles Jr. with a terribly loose handling car throughout that first entire lap. Christoffel came into tonight in the 4th position in the championship standings, only 22 points out of the lead. Word from trackside, all drivers are A-OK. Lemley back on the gas. Gardner, Minjock, and Keller in tow. 14 laps remaining for the Yellow Book Chargers. Jimmy Stokes started last in this event. He's soon to be challenging for a top 5 position as they go 3 wide on the front straight. Into turn 1, 3 wide. Tracy Keller on the top. Ed McConnell, the rookie, in the middle. Jimmy Stokes on the bottom. Can we go 4 wide? Stokes takes over 5th position. And now passing the 13 of Keller for 4th, bringing the other Keller, Tracy, along with him. Contact in turn 4 between McConnell and Keller. Stokes is now up to 4th after starting last. Tracy Keller, the defending champion, into 5th in car 1, but up front, top 3 are running very close together. Gardner backs off just a little after the loose handling condition in the 7. That allows the 4-car of Lemley to open up a 3-car length advantage into turn 1. Working lap number 4 of 15, Aaron Minjock is the 3rd place car, threatening to challenge the 7 of Matt Gardner for 2nd position. Lemley out in front by 6 car lengths. 7 of Matt Gardner in second, Aaron Minjock third, and Gardner's teammate Jimmy Stokes up to 4th now. Second now, working lap 7 of 15. Matt Gardner feeling the pressure of Aaron Minjock. Jimmy Stokes in the 95 is Gardner's teammate who started last, and a miscue out of turn 2 by Minjock allows Gardner to run away with second spot by a couple of car lengths and opens the inside lane for Stokes, the 4-time winner this season. At the halfway point, Mike Lemley out in front all by himself. Lemley in car 4, sponsored by Bellevue Chassis, Bob Kossel's Mustang, Westside Lube and Tire, and Advent Communications. Looking for a second feature win of the year. And look at the teammates fighting for second on lap 9. Stokes may have made light rear bumper contact with Matt Gardner. The 7 and the 95, both members of the MAG Racing team. And Aaron Minjock in the 34 may not be done yet. He surrendered those positions, but hanging right with the MAG Racing teammates. Teammates and friends, Matt Gardner and Jimmy Stokes. Behind leader Mike Lemley. Gardner still with a loose handling condition. Dirt track in the back end through turns 3 and 4. Lemley now crossing the scoring line to complete lap 11 and begin working lap 12, with Jimmy Stokes now threatening for the lead. Jimmy sideways, Stokes in car 95. 4 feature wins this season. Mike Lemley in the 4. More than a dozen career feature wins and 1 in 2007. Multi-generational Monte Carlos come to the scoring line. Lemley leads by inches, working lap 13 of 15. Gardner in second, Gardner in third, Minjock in 4th. Behind this lead battle, Stokes grabs the top position and extends the lead by a car length. Last time at the scoring line, Mike Lemley was your leader. And now with the white flag in the air, last position starter Jimmy Stokes sees the white flag. 3rd in the championship point standings by only a few markers, with his teammate in 3rd. And Mike Lemley, the 2nd position driver in the point standings, in 2nd on the speedway. Jimmy Stokes of West Newton in car 95 will take another checkered flag. He can hear you now, ladies and gentlemen, Jimmy Stokes. Well, Jimmy Stokes, the last 3 seasons, you've got plenty of feature victories. And just because of how you earned this one, I'm guessing this has to be among your favorites right away.
Definitely. Without my family and my pit crew, this would have never happened.
Now let's talk about before the lead. You closed in very quickly on your teammate, Matt Gardner, and we've talked before about how much you like racing door-to-door with him. He's kind of the boss, sort of a sponsor. What's your relationship to Matt?
I just love the guy, definitely. He's a good guy, and I'll tell you what, after he formed this team, we just had so much fun winning races together and that. It's just a pleasure to be part of this MAG racing team.
Now that hard-fought battle for the lead, you took the lead from the guy who's 2nd in the point standings. You come in 3rd tonight. This has to boost your championship hopes.
Oh, yeah, I needed this tonight. Actually, we didn't think we'd get a win tonight. Top 5 would have been great for us, but as that caution happened, boy, that helped me out a lot. I mean, I was coming, but them guys are all pretty fast drivers. Mike Lemley, I got to thank him. He ran me so clean. It's just great being around people like him.
And now a chance to thank all your sponsors and crew for this last place starting car finding victory lane.
First of all, AK Chassis, Adam Kostelnik. Without him, I'd be in the stands somewhere. I got Harmony Auto Parts, Complete Car Company, Bobby Tarr, the Larry Lint crew, Fort Robinson Outlets, PA Appraisal Services, Stan's Transmissions, and last but least, but I gotta love Westside Tire and Lube. Thank them. Without them, believe me, we'd still. I got mag racing. Sit down.
Oh, of course, that was his mother giving him the sponsorship help. Ladies and gentlemen, Jimmy Stokes. Time. George Nicola in 97, both winners already this season. Lincoln Welders Modified 25-lap feature event is green. Three wide in the battle for fourth. Chris Brink to the inside of Rick Huffman. Jim Nicola on the outside. Nicola in 5, into the 4th position. Rich Nicola in front of him. Harry Ofer in 2nd. George Nicola will lead lap number 1. Action in the middle of the field for 8th and 9th position. The 58 of Lonnie Hoffman, the 99 of Bo Glemba, and the 60 of Adam Kostelnik fighting for those positions. Kostelnik, remember, comes in as the points leader in this division. He has Bo Glemba just in front of him. Lonnie Hoffman right there, and Rick Huffman in the 9 car, who's lost a couple positions at the start of this event. Huffman having a career season. These drivers all racing inside the top 10. Meanwhile, up in the 3rd spot, a family battle between the Nicolas. The 5 of Jim Nicola to the inside, the 34 of Rich Nicola on the outside. Chris Brink in car 3, closing in on that battle. Positions 3 through 10 all up for grabs right now, with wheel-to-wheel action through the middle of the pack. Working lap 5 of 25, and Rich Nicola held on to the 3rd spot officially by a bumper at the scoring line. And now Jim Nicola creeping up and nearly forces the 34 car into the outside wall. Jim will take the position from Rich. Nicola's riding 3rd and 4th, and look at Chris Brink battling around to the inside of the 99 of Bo Glemba. Brink, the modified rookie, the Glenn Campbell Gambler, and Glemba, the veteran with 4 wins. Rich Nicola off the pace to the inside of the speedway. Dropping out of a top 5 position is the 34 car. I think it was just a miscue and not a mechanical problem. He may have put 2 wheels in the grass. Working lap number 7, leader is George Nicola, Harry Ofer in 2nd, and those 2 drivers with nearly a half a straightaway lead on the 5 of Jim Nicola in 3rd. Chris Brink is 4th. Adam Kostelnik started 12th, and he's already challenging Bo Glemba in the 99 for 5th position. Adam Kostelnik makes a move around the 99 of Glemba. That will be for the 4th, make that the 5th position. Miley. He's challenging Brink in the 3 car. 10 laps now completed. Best action on the speedway is for 4th, 5th, and 6th. Chris Brink in the 3. Adam Kostelnik makes a move on the former limited late model driver turned modified ace. Brink losing 2 spots in 1 lap as Bo Glemba gets around him in the 99 car. Working lap 11. Adam Kostelnik into 4th. And about 10 car lengths in front of him, it's 2-time champion Jim Nicola from Pittsburgh in car 5. Kostelnik, the leading winner in the division this season. No other driver with more than 1 feature win. Challenge for 3rd position in turn 4. Adam Kostelnik in the 60. Jim Nicola in the 5. Nicola had a win earlier this season at the Jennerstown Speedway. Hasn't been the victory lane at Motordrome in more than 3 seasons. Between those 2 drivers fighting for 3rd, there are 5 track championships in the modified division, and they make contact. Jim Nicola spins from the 3rd position in front of Kostelnik. Bob Shipp in the 04 and Tom Frank in the 6 take the infield grass as a method of avoiding further contact. Caution on lap 14. Again, Bo Glemba 3rd, Chris Brink 4th, and Lonnie Hoffman in 5th as we resume racing with 11 laps to go in the Lincoln Welders 25, sponsored by Lazader Auto Service. Drivers in the top 5 seeking career first wins include the 3 of Chris Brink, the Glenn Campbell Gambler, and the hometown hero Lonnie Hoffman in car 58. Just behind them, it's Bobby Shipp in the 04 car, another championship contender this season. George Nicola opens up a lead of 5 or 6 car lengths over Harry Ofer. More problems in turn 4. Rick Huffman and Matt Panaya spinning to the infield. Panaya continues on in car 32. The 9 of Huffman from Jefferson Hills will bring out the caution. Spin. But with 9 laps remaining, George Nicola, Harry Ofer, and Bo Glemba lead the field back to full speed. Problem in the back of the field, Ben Easler spinning and getting contacted by Mike Musiak. Also the 5 of Jim Nicola, who was the first car sideways on the front straight. Nicola involved now in his 2nd caution flag incident of the night, and Ben Easler's tough luck 2007 season continues. Mike Musiak in the Grabiak Performance number 2 car, making contact with Easler's J. Yurt chassis. Green flag back out, 9 laps to go. George Nicola the leader. Ben Easler back into the pit area. As the green flag stays out, challenge for 5th position, Bobby Shipp in the 04. Looking to the inside of Lonnie Hoffman's 58, and Tom Frank, the Ohio driver, right there with that trio. Back up to 8th position after the caution flag incident is points leader Adam Kostelnik in the 60. Lead battle tightens up just a little bit. Harry Ofer in the 01. In between those last 2 caution flags, he let the leader, George Nicola, get away from him. Not this time, as only about a car length separate them, working lap number 19. Keep in mind, these feature events are typically 20 laps, and there's contact at the front. Over with a bump of George Nicola, takes over the point position, brings Bo Glemba with him. We begin the extra distance portion of the event with 5 to go, and your new leader is Bell Vernon's Harry Ofer. J. Yurt chassis, and he gets hit from behind. Bo Glemba crossed up. Nicola reclaims the second spot. Hard into Bob Shipp and Tom Frank. Lonnie Hoffman involved. Top 5 cars eliminated in a serious crash on the back straight. George Nicola in the 97 car received a bumper tag from Harry Ofer, and then Ofer was contacted by Bo Glemba. Glemba then spun back across the racetrack, collecting the 04 of Bobby Shipp, who made hard contact with the outside retaining wall. Lonnie Hoffman in the 58, also racing in the top 5, was a part of that incident. And the 60 of points leader Adam Kostelnik has stopped along the inside of the back straightaway. Nearly every car in the field getting at least a little bit of damage from that incident, including Tom Frank in the 6. Laps to go in the biggest event of the season. Chris Brink is 3rd, Rich Nicola 4th, and Jim Nicola back up to 5th. George Nicola immediately takes the outside lane, fighting for the point position with Harry Ofer. They are wheel to wheel down the back straightaway. Harry Ofer will officially maintain his lead by 1 wheel as Matt Panaya rolling to a stop in turn 4. Welders 25. Keep your eye on Jim Nicola in the 5. He restarts from 4th after being sent to the tail twice. Loose body panel on the 5 car, but it hasn't slowed him down. Look at the lead fight with 4 to go. George Nicola on the outside in car 97. A battle of previous feature winners this season. Chris Brink with the best seat in the house in 3rd. Points leader challenging for 5th now. Inside of Nicola, Kostelnik takes 4th. George Nicola officially the new leader on lap 22 of 25. Harry Ofer holding strong in the 0-1 car to the inside of the back straightaway. Adam Kostelnik sliding beneath the 3 of Chris Brink, bringing Jim Nicola with him. 2 laps to go, and it's anybody's race. Kostelnik from the tail of the field after a caution flag incident. Nicola in the 5 is 4th after 2 caution flag incidents. His nephew, George, was the leader on lap 22. Harry Ofer led lap 23. Who's going to lead him to the white flag? A 3-car fight for the win. Harry Ofer by half a car length takes the white flag. Last time through turns 1 and 2. It's a 4-car race. 3 wide for the lead on the back straight. Last lap action with Harry Ofer still in front. George Nicola on the high side. Kostelnik spins from 3rd in front of the field. Side by side come the leaders. Harry Ofer wins by a wheel. Feature winners at the Motordrome Speedway, in addition to tonight's increased purse for the modified division, receive a Subway gift certificate good for 2 6-inch fresh value meals, receive snacks from Snyder of Berlin, a case of Pepsi products, and tonight, Harry Ofer. We talked to you in Victory Lane earlier this season, and you had a good time winning your first feature event. You had to ride a roller coaster of emotions through that one to the most exciting finish in years in this division.
I tell you, Georgie is tough, and he don't give you an inch. I got into him. I really didn't mean it. We hooked a little bit. I mean, if I could give it back, I would. It's my second one.
Now let's talk about the last 5 laps. You guys are used to a 20-lap feature. Are you feeling the effects of the extra 5 laps? Are your tires feeling the effects of the extra 5 laps? Talk about that distance.
No, this car just keeps getting better and better and better the longer you run it. Matter of fact, the beginning of the race was a little tight, and it just came to me. It just started running good.
Now, this being your second Victory Lane speech, you got to be getting better at thanking the crew and sponsors. Let's give you an opportunity to do that.
Well, Bruce's Kid Worlds, he wasn't here tonight. He was supposed to be to give ice cream away. TNT Customs, Graphics, Scrinny's Auto, Napa. That's about it.
Ladies and gentlemen, his second career victory is one of the most exciting in modified history, winning the Lincoln Welders 25, sponsored by Harry Lazader, Harry Ofer. Row 2, Dave Merrow in 69, Paul Urso in 37. 35 laps for the Napa NASCAR Super Late Models. Green flag is out. Battle for third, Paul Urso in car 37, making his return to Motordrome after a couple of vicious crashes. Contact sends Dan Lewis spinning. Cars all over turns 3 and 4. Contact with the 8 car of Dan Lewis. Collected in the incident. The 5 of Shawn Pilla, the 44 of Gregory Kelly, the 18 of Chad Hemphill, the 1 of Steve Black, and the 00 of Larry Bahana. Fast cars there in row 4. Green flag is out. Messenger and Henry bring him up to full speed. Paul Urso in car 37 into the 3rd position and quickly challenging to the high side of Messenger for the runner-up spot. Three wide briefly on the front straight, the Shawn Pilla, Tommy Beck, Mark Catone battle. Catone drops back 2 spots on that lap, but behind leader Bobby Henry, the fight for second has been door-to-door for an entire lap. John Messenger and Paul Urso, both drivers seeking a career-first feature victory. Working lap number 2, close racing there as just behind them, Dave Merrow takes away 4th spot from Todd Price. Look at the 51 and 37 cars, door-to-door for 2 full laps around the Motordrome Speedway. Messenger by a fender maintains the runner-up position. Messenger in car 51 from Clarksburg, West Virginia. Paul Urso from Glenshaw, Pennsylvania, trying to swap stickers all the way around the half mile. Urso takes over 2nd spot by inches on lap 4. John Messenger, referred to as Mr. Consistency, as he has spent 4 seasons racing in the top 5 of the championship point standings. This season he missed a week with clutch problems and suffered his first crash in several seasons. Messenger back to 3rd and feeling the pressure of Dave Merrow in car 69, the 4th place driver. Tommy Beck is right there in car 60, ready to strike from the 5th spot. It's now a 3-car fight. Add Gary Wiltrout to that mix. It's a 4-car battle for 4th position. The cars by Dave's 69 car of Dave Merrow, seeming very comfortable in the high line of the speedway, racing beside Messenger's 51 car. Tommy Beck in the 60 machine, having a tough luck season as well in spite of 1 victory. Working lap number 7 now. And Merrow is going to have a decision to make, as will Messenger. They approach the lap car of Joe Moose in the 83. Moose chooses the inside lane. That forces Messenger off the hammer. He'll lose 3 spots after he makes contact with Gary Wiltrout. The lapped car of Joe Moose eliminates a top 5 finish for the 51 of Messenger, losing 3 spots that time. He'll have to battle back hard to get around Wiltrout, Beck. Both of those drivers are feature winners and battling with the 69 of Dave Merrow. Merrow, by just inches, maintains the 3rd spot as we're working lap number 9. Now Tommy Beck completes the pass. The 60 car. Tommy Beck into the 3rd spot. Gary Wiltrout, the most recent winner, moving around Merrow for 4th. And working lap number 10, Dave Merrow is back to 5th. John Messenger back to 6th spot. Greg Kelly returns to competition 10 laps down as Bobby Henry in car 11. Working lap number 11 with a full straightaway lead over Paul Urso in car 37. with a full straightaway advantage. Connellsville, Pennsylvania's Bobby Henry, the 112-time feature winner and current points leader at Motordrome. Out in front of Paul Urso. Urso in car 37, the former Rookie of the Year, may be losing ground to Tommy Beck, who's third. The stands transmission entry, number 60. Beck drove for this team back in 2004 and reunites with Bobby Benz for 2007, gaining on Paul Urso, then the 95 of Gary Wiltrout. He's won 4 times in his last 6 starts in Western Pennsylvania, 2 of those coming here at Motordrome. And on lap 15, Paul Urso moves around the Joe Moose 83, and Tommy Beck is only about 4 car lengths from mounting a challenge for second spot. Best battle on the track is for 6th position. In turn 4, the 5 of Shawn Phillips and the 51 of John Messenger, working lap number 16. Pilla trying the high side as the dominant heat race winner of the season. And Beck is off the pace in car 60. After moving into challenge for second, Beck will drop back and nearly head pit side. This team has been fast for 4 or 5 consecutive weeks and suffered all sorts of bizarre mechanical and electrical problems, eliminating them from competition. Bobby Henry's lead getting bigger on lap 18. And now it's Gary Wiltrout in car 95 from Somerset, creeping into challenge Paul Urso for second position. Urso with a 2-car length advantage in the runner-up position in turn 4. And Wiltrout, the Lint Flooring, Stone and Company, Megan Ford, diving to the inside in turn number 1. On lap 19, Gary Wiltrout completes an inside pass of Paul Urso for second position, and the Paul Agrudo Racing Team holding down positions number 1 and 2 on the racetrack. Urso is third, Dave Merrow in 69 is fourth. The 5th place battle it is now between Messenger and Pilla, entering turn number 1. The West Virginia driver holding on to the 5th position, and Shawn Pilla, who was nearly involved in that big crash on lap number 1, just a couple of car lengths away from trying to notch his number on the scoreboard in 5th. Turn number 1, Shawn Pilla has his best run to the outside of John Messenger on lap 22. Messenger made a slight bobble exiting turn 4. Had to back off on the front straight, and Shawn Pilla in car 5 takes over position number 5. Bobby Henry still the leader with a straightaway advantage over his teammate Gary Wiltrout in 95. Paul Urso all by himself in 3rd. Dave Merrow 4th, Shawn Pilla up to 5th. To go. Bobby Henry in car number 11, the former dirt track limited late model dominator. He's been a track champion at Pittsburgh's Pennsylvania Motor Speedway and here at Motordrome during the dirt track era of the facility. As the points leader, he is in the quest for his first pavement track championship. Meanwhile, on the back straightaway, headed into turn 3, Shawn Pilla makes a diving pass the inside of Dave Merrow. Pilla is now up into the 4th position in the Brooks Automotive sponsored number 5. Just like leader Bobby Henry, Shawn Pilla resides in Connellsville, Pennsylvania, and just like leader Bobby Henry, he has won more than 5 heat races already this season. laps remaining now. Leader Bobby Henry has driven to victory lane at Motordrome Speedway in race cars owned by his own family, in race cars owned by Alborn Racing, and in race cars owned by Palagrudo Motorsports. And his teammate Gary Wiltrout in the second position now with 4 laps to go. It could be a Palagrudo sweep of positions 1 and 2. Henry, the recent winner of the Mara Championship Series sanctioned Penn West Toyota Lift 100 here at Motordrome. Also a former winner of the Napa 100. His teammate Gary Wiltrout has won that same event as well. And this time at the scoring line, Bobby Henry will see the indication of 2 laps to go, and we will have our first 3-time winner of 2007. A great run for Paul Urso in third behind Henry's teammate Gary Wiltrout. White flag waving this time for Henry. Gary Wiltrout a distant second, Paul Urso a distant third, and Shawn Phillips in fourth, gaining quickly on the 2004 Rookie of the Year, but will likely run out of time into turns 3 and 4. Headed for his 113th career checkered flag, Connellsville, Pennsylvania's Bobby Henry with the win. Coming home in second, it's Gary Wiltrout. Both cars sponsored by Stone & Company, Megan Ford and Lint Flooring. Paul Urso with a tremendous run, coming home in third over Shawn Pilla, and in fifth, Dave Merrow in car 69. Well, Bobby Henry, last week, the last time we raced here, not a very good night for you. And with the pressure of the points lead and a track championship, tell us about your emotions after our previous event.
I actually took it pretty good. I know they have a tire rule here, and it makes it kind of tough. You have to run, at least we run our tires the same 3 weeks in a row, and that was the 3rd week on them. And I was kind of shocked to get to the front like I did. And I knew I wasn't real good, and Neil got into the back of me. I knew it wasn't on purpose or anything like that. We're good friends, and that's about it. I mean, this tire rule, now see, tonight I had 4 new ones, and plus I started on the front row, so it can't get any better than that, you know.
And speaking of not getting any better, do you know when you've got a straightaway lead on the field? Is that something that you can see in the mirror? Is that something you have a spotter telling you around the racetrack? And in that case, are you more conservative approaching lap traffic?
Yeah, absolutely. Those cars in front of me there, I got a mirror and a spotter, so it works out real well. And I know Gary's real fast. My teammate got a super paint job on that car. I don't know who did it, but man, they can really paint.
Well, speaking of paint jobs, how about a chance to thank all the sponsors that are painted on your fast ride?
I'd like to thank Lint Flooring, Megan Ford, Stone & Company, K&R Commercial Tire, Quality Support, Bob Mongell Car Care, RG Wireless, Daily Courier. That's about it.
There he is in the quest for a championship, a 3rd victory this season for Bobby Henry. Mike Bacalon, 69 Joe Nicola, 45 Don Blank, 78 Joe Holt, 50 is Tony Manganello, and 18 is Jeff Zellweger. We're green and racing. 20 laps for the Subway Street Stocks on USG night at the races. Dustin Blank taking an early lead. Oh, trouble in the middle of the field. Everybody stays pointed the right direction. 3 wide, and here it goes. Shawn Phillips makes an evasive move to the outside. Curtis Stewart launches over the right front of Bill Henry. Joe Nicola falls back to last to avoid contact, and we got a caution. Now he had the Bill Henry machine riding on top of his right front during that incident. Then the 41 of Curtis Stewart. Here's the green flag. 20 laps for the Subway Street Stocks. Door to door in the battle for the lead. Jason Holder wisely avoids 3 wide racing. We saw how that can turn out. Points leader Adam Kostelnik has an ill-handling car so far tonight, but it's still enough to take away the 2nd spot by less than a car length from Dustin Blank. Adam Kostelnik, the points leader, struggled in the heat race just a little with that machine. Battle for fourth now, here comes Ashton. In 35, bump drafted by Andrew Kostelnik, looking to the inside of Jason Holder, and maybe looking to the inside of Dustin Blank. Ashton looking to gain 2 spots in 1 lap. They make hard contact on the front straight. Everybody continues on, nearly 3 wide in that battle for third. Ashton now completing the pass with that Chevelle number 35 up to the 3rd position. Andrew Kostelnik now looking to the inside of Dustin Blank. Contact made there. 2 wide in that fight for position. Joe Nicola coming right with him. Dustin Blank dropping backwards. 3 laps of 20 now completed. 3 wide again. Dustin Blank is way off the pace in the 94. Looks like a flat left rear tire. That explains his drop through the field. Turning our attention to the lead, Adam Kostelnik has reeled in John Greenewalt in the 12 car. Inside lane remains open on lap 4. Greenewalt is comfortable in the middle of the speedway. Kostelnik diving low, nearly made contact, and the pass is complete. Beginning to work lap number 5 of 20. Adam Kostelnik, the new leader over John Greenewalt. Ashton in car 35 may again this week be the fastest car on the speedway in 3rd spot. He was a big part of that opening lap crash, and he had the 64 of Bill Henry almost sitting on top of his hood on lap number 1. But he is 3rd and quickly gaining on 2nd place John Greenewalt. Greenewalt, the former late model competitor, in the runner-up position. Joe Nicola is 4th behind Ashton, and Subway Challenge driver Andrew Kostelnik is up to 5th after starting deep in this field. Behind him, it's the 48 of Mike Bacalon, the former modified champion out of retirement, driving for the Burbage race team. Challenge for 2nd on the back straight, working lap number 7. Bill Ashton in car 35, who led 18 laps of a feature just a few weeks ago, only to lose the event after a caution flag bunched up the field. Ashton looking to the inside of Greenewalt, and Nicola looking to the outside of Ashton. Just as Ashton was challenging Greenewalt for 2nd, he now finds himself defending the 3rd spot against the advances of Joe Nicola's Ford. Joe Nicola, 2 times a feature winner this season, using the outside of the speedway very close to the retaining wall on the front straight. Working lap number 9, a 3-car fight for 2nd, about 15 car lengths behind leader Adam Kostelnik. Crossed flag signal halfway. Ashton unable to pry open the inside lane from Greenewalt. Again, contact nearly made, but Joe Nicola's comfortable in the high lane. This is a thrilling 3-car fight, but Adam Kostelnik is nearly a half straightaway out in front of the whole field now as the points leader. And now Ashton sees the opportunity, diving into turn 3. Nearly shoving Greenewalt up the racetrack. Bill Ashton now in the 2nd position on lap 12. I speculated earlier he might be the fastest car on the track. Let's see if he can reel in leader Adam Kostelnik. Laps completed. Adam Kostelnik the leader. Bill Ashton in 2nd. Joe Nicola in 3rd. Both of those drivers driving away from John Greenewalt. Greenewalt now feeling the pressure from Andrew Kostelnik in the 57. Tonight's Subway Challenge driver on lap 14, back in the 5th position, challenging for 4th spot. on the front straight. Drivers battling at the back of the field are really putting on a show here. Shawn Phillips in the 31 car is a championship contender. He has a new brake system on that car. He told us he's not quite acclimated to that brake system just yet, but he and Joe Holp in the 78 and the Minjock-owned 41 of Curtis Stewart nearly going 3 wide each lap as we are on lap number 16 of 20. In turn 1, Andrew Kostelnik on the inside of John Greenewald working lap number 17. And we got a spin on the front straight. Don Blank backwards. He was racing in that pack with Holp, Phillips, and Stewart. And the racing grandfather, Don Blank in car 45, gets the worst of that heated action in the middle of the pack. Stelnick with 2 very fast race cars on his heels and 3 laps away from another feature win. He got a good start, a 2 or 3 car length advantage. Last couple of weeks, Ashton has been pretty much the man when it comes to late race speed. Kostelnik opening that advantage back up after it looked like Ashton and Nicola were closing in on the leader during green flag racing. Adam Kostelnik may have been biding his time because on the restart, he climbs back out to a 4 or 5 car length advantage. White flag waving for the leading winner in the division. 4 times already this season, Adam Kostelnik has been in victory lane for the Subway Street Stock division. And one more time through turns 3 and 4, Joe Nicola looking to challenge for second. Ashton with a last lap attempt will fall a couple of car lengths short. Once again, the Folkmeyer Racing 05 of Adam Kostelnik will win over Ashton, Nicola, Greenewald, and Andrew Kostelnik. Another Subway gift certificate for Adam Kostelnik, and I speculated something from the tower that this car may not have been handling exactly the way you wanted it to in the heat race earlier tonight and maybe at the start of the feature.
Nah, we actually we missed it in the heat race, but actually driving that modified race helped me make the adjustments for this car, and like I said, we were perfect tonight, and it was just a crazy, wild, modified race. Like I said, I got to give hats off to my crew over there. I went for the win and spun out trying to do that, but like I said, this 05 car was hooked up tonight.
I think the crew's going to forgive you if you bring home 2 track championships and another one to them. Let's talk about that. Any pressure at this point in the season on a points lead? Are you feeling a little bit different when you go out for the race as the points leader in 2 divisions?
Nah, as you could see in the modified, man, you go for the wins, let the points fall. Like I said, if I was points race night, I just sat there and followed them guys. Like I said, I got into Jimmy a little bit. That's just racing, you know what I mean? My fault, gets sent to the back, but like I said, man, it's all about just winning races and the points fall where they fall.
A big winner this season and a chance to thank the sponsors that have made it happen with this Folkmeyer 05.
I got to thank Jeff and Deneen Folkmeyer, Head Corporation, Stan's Transmission, Tedrick Financial Service, Dave Manns, can't forget Chantel, can't forget Tube City Beer, because after tonight I'm going to need a lot of beer. My crew, Josh Wetmore, Billy Haberjack, my brother, you know what I mean? Without them guys, wouldn't have happened. Chucky Slate, John Kajava, Greg Praisner. Like I said, we got one heck of a crew, and it's tough to do too, but with a good crew like I got on both cars, it's working.
On his way to making history in 2007, Adam Kostelnik. Toyota Camry pulling pit side. We're set to go 8 laps of racing for the American Flyers division. Ron Eifert III, Tony Dukic, and Cody Kwarek 3 wide at the start. Paul Rose in the 6 tries to make it 4 wide. Unbelievable action. Are we going to go 4 wide? Can we fit 4 cars? How about 2 rows 3 wide? Are we at the Brickyard? Is this the start of the Indy 500? Is this a mess as Jay Matthews and Dan Jordan are briefly hooked up together, and Matthews gets T-boned by Chris Spadacine in the 43 car. That is your current division points leader in car 77. The West Side Lube and Tire Nowak Painting Machine just T-boned by the rookie Spadacine in 43, and Chris is definitely heading for the pit area. Jay Matthews able to restart that Dodge Daytona. This each Friday. Cody Quarrick in the 9 has had a couple of great runs. He's only made about 6 races in his career. And here's the green flag. We're 3 wide already. Maybe we're 4 wide. Will we be 4 wide? Yes, just briefly. Paul Rosa to the inside, and look at Ed Deneen thread the needle. Oh, we got another problem. Jay Matthews in the 77. And it was right in the neighborhood of the 32 of Dan Jordan. I didn't see that one happen, but okay, Ron Eifert the third, Tony Dukic, 51 is Kevin Ludwig, 9 is Cody Quarrick, 6 is Paul Rosa. Ed Deneen has taken the lead a couple of times, but not for sure. 2 rows, 3 wide once again. Cody Quarrick with the big move this time. Deneen is held back to 4th after taking the lead twice on the initial start. Ron Eifert III is side by side with Tony Dukic. Paul Rosa in the 6 is challenging Deneen, and there's contact. Deneen nearly goes for a wild ride, and he does. Contact from the 6 of Paul Rosa, and Deneen spins around, continues on, but the caution flag will wave with 1 lap officially completed. And Ron Eifert III, he's already got a checkered flag in a heat race. He restarts from the 2nd position. 7 laps to go. And here's the best news, folks. These guys will all line up side by side again next week after they have 7 days to stew over everything that happened here tonight. Dukic is in 2nd, Cody Quarrick way out in front. Deneen in the 16 car seems to be handling okay after that spin here on the front straight. Dukic trying to fight him off. 2 laps are completed, 8 laps is the distance. Ed Deneen challenging for and taking over the 2nd position. Cavaliers now in 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Dodge Shadow up front, Cody Quarrick's 9 machine. Cody Quarrick, not just a rookie, but a driver that has not participated in every race this season. He's only got about 5 or 6 races under his belt. Andy Giles now pulling pit side. Tough break for the driver 2nd in the points. The mobile lawn and garden repair number 9 of Cody Quarrick leading on lap 4. The all-time leading winner in the division, Ed Deneen, moves to the inside. The youngster on the outside, the veteran on the inside. Deneen had a wild ride earlier in this feature and will take the lead from Cody Quarrick on lap 5. Deneen drops 2 wheels into the grass in the apron of turn number 1. Cody Quarrick about 2 or 3 car lengths behind now. Dukic all by himself in 3rd. There's a battle for 4th now. Ron Eifert III in the 61 and the 6 of Paul Rosa entering turn 3 close together. Come on now, who wants to build an American Flyer car and get out there with these guys? Go to our website, Motordrome.com, find out about the rules. Get yourself out there and have a good time. Ed Deneen takes the white flag. Opening up a bigger lead now over the rookie Quarrick in 2nd spot. Final time down the back straightaway. Ed Deneen, who once won 13 features en route to the American Flyers Championship, will see the checkered flag and becomes tied atop the win list with 5 feature wins in 07. Cody Quarrick with an excellent run into the 2nd spot. Tony Dukic in 3rd, Paul Rosa in 4th, and Ron Eifert III in 5th spot. On behalf of Miley Motorsports and all the staff and management of Motordrome Speedway, we thank you for choosing Motordrome for your Friday night entertainment. We hope to see you folks right back here next Friday at 7:30 p.m. for the NASCAR Whelen All-American Series. Well, Ed Deneen, you know, interviews are supposed to go like this. I'm supposed to ask you a question. You're supposed to answer it. I don't even have a question. I just have a comment. That was nuts.
Yeah, it was. I don't know who was leaning on me hard here, but they kept leaning on me. I got it the first time. Second time, I didn't think I was going to save it. I went sideways. I thought I was going to hit the wall.
So you took the lead twice before we had an initial start. Crashes negated those two passes. Then you do a 360 spin on the front straight and still come back to win.
Oh, man, I'll tell you what, this was a wild night. There was a lot of crowd. I don't know what, maybe because of quarter moon, I don't know what it was, but, man, it was crazy tonight.
Well, the fans loved every minute of this feature tonight. How about a chance to thank the sponsors and crew for this car?
Yeah, I want to thank Sal for helping me. Gary over there wrecked his car tonight. But Antique Auto Appraisals, Advanced Automotive, Engine Express, Lamar Kitchens. I want to thank Swissvale Pro Sign. I want to thank Gary and them guys over there. Congratulate Harry for a good win. Thank everybody for coming out.
One last question. Do you have any idea how many career feature wins you have? You're the leading winner in this division, but we don't exactly know how many that is.
I think it's 25.
25 times a winner. Ladies and gentlemen, Ed Deneen.